What will the cost of this be in terms of infrastructure, in terms of lost business income, and most of all in terms of damaged and destroyed properties, private and commercial, and lost possessions? Tim Grafton from the Insurance Council is expecting the total cost of claims to be significant.
It looks like fairly substantial damage will have been incurred, so this is going to be certainly in the multi-millions of dollars just for Edgecumbe.
Yeah, and the number of evacuations and therefore presumably claims elsewhere is rising. Look, I've been speaking to people who are worried that while they have insurance and their insurance company is going to pay out on this event, after two serious and very similar floods in the space of 13 years, that the insurance companies will do what they have to do this time around and then walk away from Edgecumbe. Should people be concerned about that?
I wouldn't want people who are Edgecumbe residents to be unduly concerned about the availability of insurance after this event. What I have read, and I would still need to know whether it's actually factually accurate, but this was been reported as a 1 in 500 year event. So something of that rarity would not give rise to concern. It would be frequent events of this nature that would give rise to concern. And that's not the case here. What insurers may want to look at in the immediate future is the rebuild of the stop banks so that there isn't risk to the town over the near future. If there was another downpour, so there might be reluctance on taking on new risks in that town at the moment, but existing insured people will be fine.
I think there are lots of broader issues here, and we spoke some months ago about South Dunedin, for example, and its vulnerability to rising sea levels as a result of climate change, and you indicated a desire to see councils work much harder to mitigate risk if they can, reduce risk if they can from these kinds of events.
And these conversations have been well underway. I mean, with local government New Zealand, we are pretty much on the same page in terms of the need to manage risks and de-risk the future. So that involves a whole bunch of different and complex issues around whether or not you fund resilience now, and that's a cost borne by today's ratepayers to benefit tomorrow's. So there's intergenerational equity issues around what you might do, the kind of consents that you might make for future developments. So the last place you'd be providing development consent should be on a floodplain. And so there's a whole range of things that we're already having discussions about, and they're becoming more intense, and the councils increasingly around the country becoming more focused on how they plan for the future.
Tim Grafton from the Insurance Council talking to us earlier today.